Hi, welcome to HKT Law's tutorial session. My name is Melanie Thorley and I'm the Principal at HKT Law. Today I'm going to show you how to calculate your annual leave. The tool we're going to use today is found on the Fair Work Ombudsman website. To find it, we're going to Google FWOPACT. You'll see here that the first thing on the list is the Pay and Calculations tool from the Fair Work Ombudsman. We're going to choose that. You can use this tool to make a number of calculations, but today we're going to use the tool to calculate annual leave. Remember, it is important to understand that based on the National Entitlement Scheme, leave may be taken at any time that's agreed between the employer and the employee. And the employer must not unreasonably refuse to agree to a leave request from an employee. Additionally, all leave entitlements must be paid out on termination of the employment contract. Let's start by clicking the leave calculator. The first thing we come to is a page asking whether you're an employee or employer and what the date is today. I'm going to leave the employee box highlighted and keep today's date and choose next. Since we're going to calculate our leave balance based on the National Employment Standards, the NES, I'm going to go ahead and choose that. Then I choose my annual leave balance because that's what we're calculating today. From here we're going to go through a number of questions, including if I am an apprentice or trainee. You'll see that there are question marks here to help you decide what you are. To keep this simple, I'm going to say no to apprentice and trainee and state that I am a full-time employee who is not a shift worker under the NES. The next question is about when you want to start and finish your calculation and what ordinary hours you worked. Remember, ordinary hours do not include overtime. Have a think about what your base hours are and put that in. You'll see that if I put over 38 hours, it will ask me to do it again. So I'm going to add some hours in that add up to 38 hours over a period between Monday to Friday. If you usually work the weekend, then you may be considered a shift worker. But go ahead and put those hours in there instead. This next question is asking about any unpaid leave that you have taken. Remember, if you take unpaid leave, it will not count towards your annual leave balance. I'm going to leave it all at 0. The next is asking for unpaid parental leave. I'm going to leave that at 0 just to make the calculation easy. And you can see there that there's some more information in those little boxes. Now, this next stage is asking you if you've taken any paid leave between the dates which you've entered at the beginning. If you've taken any leave, this is where you put it in. I'm going to leave that at 0. It states that I have 155 hours of leave left. You can show the calculation by clicking Y. I don't know about you, but 155 hours doesn't mean too much to me. I like to think about my annual leave in terms of days, so I'm going to get a calculator and calculate that. I'm going to do 155 divided by 7.5. I'm doing this because 7.5 hours is the average day and it'll give a pretty good idea of how many days I can take off and still have annual leave left. It looks like I've got about 28 days of annual leave accrued. This means that I can either take those days off, or if I'm thinking about leaving, I am entitled to be paid out for those unused days. I hope this tutorial has helped you figure out your annual leave balance. I suggest you match this against your payslip and see if there's any difference as to what you think you have and what your employer thinks you have.